a temporary restraining order for my content, and that's real life. They say your words have power, and I've always believed that, but I never imagined my words, my healing content, would land me in court. I just walked out and I beat the case if you're watching this. And this is my story. I just want to make this clear. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not naming names. This is something much bigger. The way misunderstood healing, the work within it, could be used against you. When emotions override truth, that's what this is about. Because some individuals felt hurt by the content I've shared online. Not because I named them, but because it reflected back a truth they hadn't processed yet. And instead of engaging with that pain, they decided to take legal action. So, being on the receiving end of this, of something like this, is different. I've never been in something like that. But when you know in your heart you didn't do what they said, that is one of the most powerless feelings in the world. You start questioning, am I crazy? Did I cross the line? Am I not allowed to share my story? But the truth is, healing makes some people extremely uncomfortable, especially if you've been through some of the things that these people who aren't really ready to see their own reflections in their growth. So, I prayed, I stayed silent, and I trusted God. I trusted that what was meant to be revealed would be revealed. At the end of the day, the truth will always come to surface. Lean on the truth and it will set you free. And if you don't lean on it, then you will remain shackled, bounded. The system has its flaws, and that's true. But it also has its purpose. Because the real victims out there, they deserve to be protected. But in this case, I was the one being protected. Protected by the truth, protected by faith, protected by the fruit of my character. And to the men and women watching this who have falsely been accused, misunderstood, mischaracterized, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I know what it feels like personally. I've seen what it's like to be painted as a villain in a story you didn't even write. And I'm here to say that you can walk through the fire and come out with your heart still intact. Because it's so hard to not fall victim to holding on to pain, resentment, hate. It's difficult to have your heart broken and for bitterness not to seep out of it. It's the best way I can describe it. Because you don't have to give in to bitterness. Don't seek revenge. Keep creating. Keep healing. And let God handle the vindication. Because God is going to get your lick back. You don't have to do anything. And to be clear, none of my content was ever targeting anyone. I never used names. I never made accusations. It was therapeutic commentary on emotional patterns, not people. I've always been focused on the emotional healing, especially for men and women who've been taught to stay silent. And I'll continue to do so legally, respectfully, and intentionally. And as for the people that were involved on the other side, I forgive anybody who brought this against me. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I don't want to carry that weight on my heart. They did what they felt they had to do, and I'm doing what I know I was called to do. And there's a difference. And if they ever see this, they might not. I don't really care. But I hope they find peace. I hope they find healing. Because Isaiah 54 verse 17 says, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that raises against you in judgment shall condemn." I didn't walk out of court today just with a legal win. I walked out with a stronger purpose. This isn't the end of anything. This is simply just the beginning of a new season, of a new founding fire, purpose, as well as strengthened relationship with God, my Heavenly Father. So I will continue to speak truth. I will continue to honor God with my voice, and I will never stop standing for those who feel unheard, unseen, and alone. And if you've ever been in that position of feeling alone, of feeling as though you're the only one experiencing what you're going through, I'm here to remind you that you're not alone. And if you're going through a season of pain, suffering, heartache, join our healing community. Link is in the description, and I'd love to see you there because you don't have to go through this alone. Thank you for listening to this story. This is just a glimpse of what I'm able to share before I really understand what I'm allowed to share. But there's going to be a lot more information for me to share what I experienced, what happened, what I learned from it, how I'm growing, and how I'm bouncing back. So thank you so much for listening. Peace from these.